Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to set up Webhook inside Formcrafts. So Formcrafts is a powerful online form builder that allows users to create and manage forms for various purposes, such as for taking the surveys, for creating contact forms, taking registrations for an event, and much more. It can be used for gathering leads from your websites as well, and it can be integrated with many third-party applications and services, enabling users to automate their workflows and streamline data collection process. So it is very easy to use. It has multiple features such as drag and drop form creation. It helps you to create, customize and interactive forms for your business purposes. Now here I'm going to show you step by step that how you can set up a connection between Formcrafts and Pabbly Connect to transfer the data from Formcrafts to any other application you want automatically. We are going to set up this connection with the help of Webhook. So Webhook acts as a bridge for setting up connections between different applications and for transferring the data from one application towards another on the happening of a specific event. Now let's suppose I'm having an event management company and I'm taking the registrations of the event with the help of Formcrafts. So I want that as soon as a person is going to submit the form which I have created for event registration by using Formcrafts, then immediately the response should be captured with all the details and the details should be immediately recorded in my Google Sheets. So for this, I'm going to create this automation. But for creating the automation, first of all, we have to set up Webhook inside Formcrafts. So I'm going to show you that how you can set up Webhook. Okay. Before moving forward, you can see on my screen there are two windows, trigger and action. Now what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the two main concepts, the principles, or we can say these are the building blocks of our automation. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Now let's suppose, as I told you, that I want to take the registrations for event with the help of Formcraft. So I'm going to capture the form responses. So here let's say I'm going to take Formcrafts in my trigger and Google Sheets in my action to create the record. But here when we are going to set up the connection, action is going to follow what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the form will be submitted by a person, then only the details of that person will be immediately added in Google Sheets to create a record, otherwise not. So after understanding the whole concept of trigger and action, let us start setting up connection between Formcrafts and Pabbly Connect. Let's move towards our trigger step for that. Here our trigger application will be Formcrafts. So let's select that. Now, after selecting the application, we also have to select the trigger event. So trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger or start. So new submission will be our trigger event over here, as we want that whenever a new submission will be made in Formcraft, then immediately and instantly the response of that form submission should be captured with all the details in Pabbly Connect, and with that response the workflow should get triggered. Okay, here we have a Webhook URL along with some instructions. We have to follow these instructions given over here very carefully step by step to set up our connection. And the Webhook URL is going to act as a bridge because it is going to transfer the data from Formcrafts towards Pabbly Connect whenever a form will be submitted. Let's copy this Webhook URL and then I'm going to tell you exactly what we are supposed to do for building the connection. So it is saying that first of all we have to log into our Formcrafts account. I've already done that, so I'm going to take you over there. After coming on your account, you have to select your workspace which you have created, or you can also go for creating a new workspace. If you have selected your workspace, now you have to select the form. If you have not created the form, you have to create one form and then you have to go on that form. Okay, so you have to select the form which you want to connect basically. After coming on the form, here you can see some options. Under this, we have the option of workflows from the left. So let's select that. So this is the workflow. We have to click on add workflow option. Here you can see that the trigger in this workflow is already set on new response. As I told you, that trigger is the step on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger. So on the submission of a new response in Formcrafts, what we want. So the trigger is selected. Now we have to select the action. So our action will be that we want to capture the response of form submission through Webhook. So here we are going to click on this add action button and here we have to select the action. So when we'll scroll down, here is the option of Webhook. Let's select Webhook over here. Now first of all we have to select the method as JSON and here we have to copy and paste the Webhook URL which we have received from Pabbly Connect. So I've already copied the Webhook URL. We will simply paste that and we can see that the Webhook URL is added in this field. So it is auto saved. Now after doing this, when we'll click over here on the screen, we can see that our setup is saved successfully. Alright, so let's go back towards Pabbly Connect. It is saying that waiting for Webhook response. This means that now we have to do a test submission by submitting the form in Formcrafts, which we have recently connected, so that the response could be captured over here in Pabbly Connect. And with that response, we will check whether our connection is successful or not. So what I will do here, I'm going to simply preview the form which I have created so that I can submit that. So the form is open in front of us. I'm simply going to submit this form. It contains first name, last name, email and phone number. So when a person is going to submit this form, we will receive the response of that person in Pabbly Connect. So because I'm doing a test submission just to capture the response currently, therefore I'm going to use some dummy details over here. Let's say this time the name of the person who is submitting the form for event registration is Smart User. And let's say the email of this person is smartuser34@pabblytudes.com. Now I'm going to submit the phone number as well. So here I've already selected the country for the phone number and now I'm going to enter the phone number. Okay, done. Let's submit the form. And we can see that the form is successfully submitted. So let's go back towards Pabbly Connect. We will wait for the response. And here we can see that immediately as soon as we have submitted the form, the response is captured. Here is the workspace ID. That means the workspace in which we have created the form. This is the time zone in which we have received this form submission. Here is the response ID. This is the mobile number of the person. Here is the first name, last name and the email address. And you can see that all these details are exactly the same which we have entered while submitting the form. Okay, along with this, we have also received some other details and this is the date and time at which the form is submitted. This means that our connection is absolutely successful. So now once we have set up the connection between Formcrafts and Pabbly Connect, whenever a form will be submitted in Formcrafts, whenever the form will be submitted, immediately we are going to receive the response of that form with all the details. And after setting up this connection, we can also add action steps in our workflow to complete our automation. So on whichever application we want to transfer the data from Formcrafts, we can add those applications over here in our action steps. Okay. For example, here I want to create a record, so I can add Google Sheets over here in this action step, or even I can send a confirmation message to the person who is submitting the form by adding WhatsApp Cloud API or SMS application in the action steps. Okay, so these were the steps which you have to follow in order to set up inside Formcrafts. I hope it was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.